Hello everyone, Marsh W13 here with another XPlane mobile video. Today we're going to do the massive multiplayer fly-in at Atlanta Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. Winds are out of 175 at 6 knots. Weather and visibility are good. It's around 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time in mid to late July. So let's see, with winds out of 175, I suppose that we could really land from the west or the east, but I guess it's suggesting from the west. It will be a crosswind from the left, and it appears to be the direction from which everyone else is landing. So let's get started. All right, here we go. Landing lights on. We'll use auto brakes 1, and we'll arm the speed brake. And let's see here, we're gonna land on that right runway. Let's go to flaps 5. A bit of the master caution lights. And
at Mike 2,
flaps 10. Gear down, flaps 15.
161, hold short of runway 9 right at Romeo 7.
And flaps 25. And now flaps 30. And from what you could see on the little overhead preview screen there when we were selecting which runway to land at, lower the power now. This fly-in doesn't seem to be enjoying a great deal of participation. There's not much activity going on at the airport, despite the fact that it is the designated fly-in of the day. Possibly because Major League Baseball in the United States is restarted this weekend. I'm going to retrim the aircraft for landing.
Okay, we'll follow Spirit cross 9.
So that could be a factor. Maybe people are glued to their TVs rather than to their iPads and iPhones. I'm going to bring in a little bit more power here, and then we just drop below glide.
Blue Streak 5060, contact departure 125.7. Departure 125.7.
Need to get an idea here of whether we're rising or sinking, and it looks like we're maybe still sinking here, so trying to get this thing back on track. But
I didn't write it down, but just in case you got lost in the shuffle.
And it looks like I need to really kind of hold this thing off, since we're now significantly below glide. And we're getting back now, so we'll be able to ease up a little bit on the power in a moment.
Runway 9 left at Mike 2, cleared for takeoff.
No competing air traffic though. Let's say we do a, you know what, let's do a touch and go. I know I'm not really configured for that, but we'll do it anyway. So we're going to ease up on the power here.
Cross runway 9 right, hold short of runway 9 left at Sierra.
400. 300. Minimums 200.
734, turn right on Bravo, and at 60, cross runway 8 right, join Foxtrot, contact ground point under.
Bravo, Dixie, cross 8 right, join Foxtrot, 29 Delta 1034.
50.
Air down 841 over
30.
841, 1 down, 1140 at 4, for all 10, put a land.
A decent landing. Okay, so rather than hitting the reversers, I'm going to turn off the auto brakes and
9 right at
let's
Romeo
go
7,
set flaps to 5 and then go full power.
You want us up Sierra Juliet?
And we have another aircraft landing in the opposite direction, so we'll try and make this efficient.
Sierra Juliet, hold short.
Go off the right side here.
Yeah, sorry. Sometimes we just do that. I couldn't tell you the Black 7, but
And
we
take
do that.
evasive action
Try
here.
to keep you on frequency because the
Go
Black
to
7
the right.
change with it, but I mean, to be honest,
Alright.
it's kind of lazy.
Got y'all. Got it. Delta 926.
Thanks for asking us.
I'm going to retrim for
4790 contact departure.
takeoff here.
25 there, 47 good day.
Alright. Flaps 5. Climb thrust, or an approximation thereof. And flaps 1. Now we'll just go ahead and go flaps up now. And let's disarm the auto throttle and rearm, and we'll maintain 240 knots. And let's head back to the left here and aim for 5,000 feet. Command A engaged.
56 1 tower, runway right on its way.
And we'll plan on doing a full stop landing, so I'm going to go ahead and set auto brakes again and arm the speed brake. But of course we'll have to fly a little traffic pattern here. Actually, well, let's see. Yeah, let's do a traffic pattern. And we'll be able to pass by the airport. And we'll land in the same direction. Let's start. Let's take a little jaunt to the left to make up for the correction that we'd made previously that caused us probably to drift a bit right.
8 left, good land.
That, I believe, is Stone Mountain there. We are headed pretty much due east. So, yeah, more than likely Stone Mountain. And then up north there, you would have probably, you know, Kennesaw, Roswell, Alfred and Marietta. As you see, it looks like some mountains out there. We'll make a left turn up here. In fact, I think we can go ahead and do that now. So let's do that. And we'll see if we can do sort of a close pass by the airport. And in the meantime, we'll sort of enjoy the scenery. I've forgotten, I believe that I don't recall how limited the visibility was, but you can kind of see out north of the city.
41, hold turn right, Romeo 7.
Turn 9 right to Romeo 7, Delta 41.
Delta 926. Cross, runway 9 right at Romeo 7, and then at Sierra, cross runway 9 left, join Mike, ground point 75.
Romeo 7, cross 9 right at Sierra, cross 9 left, join Mike, ground point 75, Delta 926.
I'm going to turn off the center fuel pumps, turn off the APU generator, and turn off the APU bleed air. And we'll, because the APU of course is off, and we'll turn off the APU when we land.
So 56 RNAV to Herschel,
Fast
runway 8 right,
signal
clear for
signs.
RNAV to Herschel, runway 8 right, clear for
Let's
takeoff,
see.
left 66.
So the runway will appear off there to our left, or rather the airport. And we'll circle back around and then land in the same direction in which we landed the first time around. I believe we landed on 8 right. So let's see here. We'll be able to we'll be close enough to the airport here such that we'll be able to see if there are any activities ongoing. And let me turn us a little bit more towards the airport.
2004, turn right on Bravo and at 60. Cross runway 8 right, one Foxtrot.
So anyway, and maybe we'll take a little ground tour after I land. But this is a rather correctly modeled airport. You can even see what may be Delta Airlines general office buildings there on the far left. Extremities of the airport or something. Actually, those must be part of the airport. But here in the foreground, those are Delta hangars. You see the new control tower that was built a few years ago. There's F Concourse there that just coming out of view, and then E Concourse, Delta Concourse, Charlie Concourse, Bravo Concourse, Alpha, and then the T gates, and then the north and south terminals, along with the place where passengers are let off and picked up, and the parking garage, which are those structures with the concrete atop them. So again, in the center of your screen, you have some basically Delta maintenance hangars, and then you have what looks like a ghost of a taxiing aircraft there. But to the left of the control tower, you have Foxtrot. That's a new F Concourse, a new international concourse, and you have to the right of the tower E, then D, then C, then B, then A, and then T gates, which are basically attached to the main security checkpoint, and the north and south terminals. All right, so let me turn back to more of a runway heading here.
Right at November 10. Yeah, back 11.
And again, for a fly-in, these fly-ins, even during the week when everyone is at work, are very, very well attended. A lot of great participation here, but as you can see, kind of a ghost town. Things were a bit busier early in the morning and last night, and as you can see, there isn't even any aircraft parked at the gate at the moment. Not a single one. The one that was parked, I think, pushed back. That British Airways 777, it looks like, and then there's a Southwest just vacating the runway, Southwest 737. And there's that new runway on the far side. And if you land on that one, that is a long taxi. So I won't put us through that situation. All right, we'll just come down here and just turn around and come in for a landing. And in fact, we can do a steep approach here if we were to turn now. Be a bit too soon given our altitude. I have us at 5,000 feet, which I believe is the glide slope intercept altitude for an ILS approach. But what we can do here is just take it nice and easy. Just start slowing it down. I'll get us down to around 190 knots, maybe flaps 10, and we can make our turn there, and then go gear down, flaps 15, and then take it all the way down, and maybe use either speed brake or extra flaps or whatever to get us down. You can see trim is coming up. I'm going to go to flaps 1. Going to continue to take the speed down, adding in more flaps.
69.9 is with you, 9 right.
And take it down to 200 knots, so we're going to flaps 5. And go ahead and go to flaps 10. And I'm just going to keep it there at 195 for the moment. And you can see how much, if we were flying this manually, how much downward, nose down trim you have to apply, and then how much power you have to put in at this particular flap setting to maintain that speed, which probably means I have the speed set wrong, but oh well. Now, with the speed as it is, and that we sort of stabilized here, we ought to be able to make a nice tight turn. So I'm going to initiate a left turn to basically due east. So now we're looking southwest. Take a nice view of the countryside here. I don't think my bank angle limiter here for the autopilot is very aggressive. I'm making a very slow turn, and it'll be interesting to see whether we end up basically right on.
Who else called me? I'm sorry.
We'll probably be able to choose from any of the 4 primary
1646, thank you, wind 1708.
runways here.
Still
don't see the airport. Oh, there it is. So hopefully we'll be just right on. It looks like we might end up being right on here as we make our turn. And you can see all those white lights. We are, well, either above glide or right on glide, but we'll probably be above glide by the time we get straightened up and established. All right, so let's see. Where's it going to dump us, left or right? Okay, well, we'll be able to determine that. So let's go ahead and bring it down, and I'll go to, should have done this before, gear down, flaps 15, and autopilot disengage. So I'm going to immediately retrim this a bit, get some nose that we're still trim nose down, but we're more at the takeoff trim setting. And I'm going to bring us, I don't know whether this is the right thing to do or not, but I'm going to go right. And as you can see, we are way above glide, so I'm going to bring out all the power. And
ground point 75.
Put in more flaps, 25. 30. Yeah, I'm gonna go nose down to bring that descent down, and I'm not gonna worry too much about the speed, but eventually I'll bring the nose back up and we'll get the speed. We'll lower the speed to about 150 knots, and I'll give us some nose up trim, and we'll do again a full stop landing. This time we're already configured. Speed brakes are armed, and auto brakes set to 1, although even with this latest update, it seems like the auto brakes for me aren't working 100% of the time unless I have them at max or something like that. I could talk for hours about that, but another topic for today. Wow, look at that fighter jet. All right, so let's go bring a bit of nose up trim there, and then I'm gonna start putting in a little bit of power, and we're gonna land on that. I guess that's 9 left or something. All right, so oh, look, we're right on glide. So we righted the ship. We were way above, and now we're good. We're probably gonna fall below here unless I get this kind of figured out, just like we did on the first approach. But let's see here. Not really concentrating very hard on this.
1,000.
Should be doing less talking and more concentrating. All right. And there's that fighter jet again, flying right to left. It's good. No one else is here. All right, I'm continuing to add incrementally more power.
I don't have running, clear takeoff, 28 right, or 8 right, clear 2 and 2.
$500.
All And, well, no activity at the airport until I come into for a landing, and then there's always an aircraft wanting to land in the opposite direction. But, oh well, I'm committed, he's committed. We'll work it out when we get down there. And there's another aircraft on the runway. Wow. Amazing.
Minimums.
And here we are. 9 left.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
And we just got strafed by another aircraft, fighter jet. And here comes, all right, if he's gonna land to the right, I'm gonna get right as well and hopefully miss him. It looked like a Learjet, or unless that was a CRJ. All right, 60 knots. I'm gonna let off, and the auto brakes actually worked this time. Amazing. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. But it came down in the landing zone. It was a pretty soft landing. Nothing too hard there. And let's retract the speed brakes. I'll retrim it for takeoff so we don't forget to do that later. Let off on the brakes so that we can get down here and vacate as quickly as possible. And there's our inner marker kicking in. So let's see, let's just brake here, make it easy for us to get off. And
763, turn left on November, then at Sierra, cross center left, join Mike, ground point 75.
Center left, 0.75 on the
right. Okay, yeah, so this is a good, and as I said, this airport is rendered, in my opinion, quite brilliantly. I was going to wait for this Southwest to complete his pushback, but anyway, we should be fine. So there's that control tower I was referencing as we flew over several times, and that is the brand new F Concourse. Beautiful, beautiful on the inside. It has its own terminal. It's sort of separated physically by a fence from everything else, and it's even difficult to walk to since everything else is connected via a contiguous walkway. All the other terminals, T and A through E.
3503, monitor tower 119.1.
But F is kind of special
119.1, good
on
day,
its own.
3503.
I'm going to start the APU, turn on the taxi lights, turn off the landing lights here. Sorry for the annoying noise. That will end momentarily. So you can see there's the rest of F. It's easy to get to from this side of the airport, but if you're on that other side, you would, I think, have to taxi all the way over here to get to F. So it's kind of an interesting factoid. You can see F looks different. Everything else is generally going to have this kind of red color. This is the newest of the concourses, is E. I believe at one point all we had was A through D. So at one time E was the new international concourse, and you can see it itself has some interesting design elements. It has all of those sort of atriums dotting the concourse. Basically almost one every gate or every second gate. And if I zoom in on there, you should be able to see a label somewhere. There it is, Echo 1, that has the number associated with each gate. I'm taxiing very, very slowly here.
To the 717 from the right, runway 8 right, taxi via Echo.
But one of the design elements that makes Atlanta the the busiest, although I think it just lost its title during the throes of COVID-19. But one of the things that allowed it to grow and scale was just this structure, right? There's a single terminal, basically, where you check in at the far side, way down there at the end. And then you have these concourses that run north to south, and then these parallel runways that run east to west, 2 on either side, plus a fifth now. And then you have enough room between these concourses for multiple aircraft, multiple lanes, basically, such that aircraft can travel in both directions simultaneously. So it allows for sort of high volume, if you will. I'm speeding up now so we can get through this. And I guess that's Charlie Concourse there. Or did I get that wrong? There's Charlie, right? And then I guess Bravo, and then the T gates. And the T gates, as I mentioned, are actually attached to the terminal. And there's a 777, the few, the proud. That model is actually being discontinued here at Delta. And you'll probably see 737s, which is what we're in right now, retired as well, in favor of an almost entirely Airbus-based fleet. A330s for the transatlantic flights, new A350s that can fly basically anywhere, A220s increasingly for point-to-point smaller flights that may have been outsourced previously to regionals, and to replace the aging MD, Mad Dog MD-88 and MD-90 fleets, and the Boeing 717s. And then of course A320s as basically 737 replacements. So I'm going to turn here. Those are the T gates on my left, and I guess I can park. We can watch a couple of takeoffs and landings, laugh at the other aviators, and oh wow, look at that. Is that like a F-22 or something at a gate? You don't see that every day. We'll park next to him. And then we can chill out for a couple of minutes and then fly back out. So we're going to park at Alpha, what is it, Alpha 4?
And ramp Alaska 56, ready to taxi with Oscar. And Alaska, take it right side, point down at the end. Right side, point out at the end, Alaska.
Not the best parking job in the world.
Pat, you with me?
But, that's okay. All right. We're just going to keep the APU running, so I'll turn the fasten seatbelt off, turn on the APU generator and the APU bleed air, turn on the engine generated versions of all those things, and turn off the strobes and anti-collision lights, and that should give us, I don't think there's service carts today at this airport. Can try, but sorry, no service at this airport. Not sure if we'll have pushback facilities either, but there we are, parked next to a fighter jet and engine still running. So let's see what's going on. Anybody taking off, landing, taxiing? Looks like somebody's about ready to taxi. That's at 777. And we have a Southwest parked in Alpha 3, just on the opposite. Oh, and he's backing up as well. Okay, so we're about to have a flurry of activity. Maybe we should just back up and join the party, right? Let's see if it'll let us push back. Sorry, we don't have push cards at this ramp. Okay, that was a perfect parking job, though. All right, so I'm gonna have to start then the
Ramp throwing 740 is approaching.
Engines at the gate instead of on pushback, and then use reverse thrust to push back.
Right side in.
All right. So one engine started.
5 north for Delta 5.
And
1535, right side to the gate. Right side to the gate, Delta 1535.
two engines started. Turn those things off because they're annoying. All right, and start turning some of these lights back on, and we'll switch off the APU generation, power generation, APU bleeds, and just that fasten seatbelt sign, and let's see. I guess we're ready to go. If we want to join this party, we better just go. So I'm going to release brakes and apply some reverse thrust here.
Delta 376, you can go around first, take a look at the 376.
Whoa, it is not what I intended at all, but that's all right. So let's set auto brakes to RTO, set flaps to 5, turn on the taxi light. And we have the fighter taking off there. All right, trim is set, flaps are set, auto brakes are set. Speed brakes are retracted.
11, left on, Lima, hold short runway 9 left at 60.
Let's turn the APU off. And I'll wait for Mr. Southwest to taxi, be polite, since he is already on the taxiway. We'll give him the right of way. And I'm not sure what happened to that 777. He's starting to move. All right, let's get in between him and the 777, I guess.
Ground Delta 926, we are joining Mike for ramp 2.
926, Mike for ramp.
Mike for ramp Delta 926.
Tug 11, monitor tower on 19.3.
Whoa, 747 coming in for a landing. And doesn't look like it's going to be an incredibly successful landing. I found that the 747s in this simulator, this mobile simulator, are very, very difficult to land. They're very sort of drifty or something. I'm not sure what the right word is. Let me catch up to the 737 right quick here.
JetBlue 720 Cryptic Kennedy via
There's
the
the
field to departure,
parking garage and the main terminal there. We just passed the T gates.
Squawk 7172.
All right. We're booking it. Here's that inner marker again. It looks like is that a Cessna? Cessna 172 possibly coming in for some sort of landing. He's going to be winging it, no pun intended. Wow, these are some really, really questionable landings here. All right. This guy's going to wait, and I guess that means I'd better wait as well. I don't know exactly what he's waiting for. And that 777's probably bringing up the rear here. Wow, a couple of aircraft. Oh, this guy's going, so I'm gonna go. Landing lights on. I'm just gonna go right after this guy. I'm not gonna bother with this line up and wait business. All right. Set 60%, stabilized, and full power. Thrust is set 80 knots. Our southwest is rotating and maybe not doing so incredibly well. Rotate. Positive rate, gear up.
Got a 272 heavy, line tower, runway 9 left, Mike 2, line up away.
9 left, Mike 2, line up away, Delta 272 heavy.
Got a 25254 heavy, line tower, wind 170, 9, runway 9 right, go to land.
Whoa. Do a turn here.
.272 heavy, RNAV, Goliath, showing 9 left, Mike 2, clear for takeoff.
RNAV, Goliath, 9 left, Mike 2, clear for takeoff, Delta 272 heavy.
Stage 19, line tower, runway 9 left, Mike 2, line up and wait. Caution, wake turbulence, departed heavy, Boeing 767.
Delta 819, line up and wait, runway 9 left, Mike 2. Roger, the wake turbulence.
American 2040 over break.
A lot of activity all of a sudden. Nothing wrong with that.
Atlanta Tower, good afternoon, American 2040 over break.
Tug 11, Romeo 7, cross, runway 9 right.
Romeo 7, cross 9 right, Tug 11.
Sorry, I needed to do that. American 2040, runway 9 right, clear to land, wind 160 at 10.
No problem, clear to land, 9 right, American 2040.
Taxi 5254 heavy, Romeo to the ramp, that's free. Taxi 5254 heavy, Romeo to the ramp, and remain this frequency, good day.
Roger, Romeo for a ramp and sequence.
Delta 272 Heavy, contact departure. Good day.
Departure Delta 272 Heavy, we'll see.
11, hold short runway 9 left at Sierra. $819, caution wake turbulence for the departed heavy Boeing 767, wind 160 at 10, runway 9 left.
This time,
Mike 2, clear for takeoff.
I'm going to
Runway 9 left for Mike 2, Roger, wake turbulence.
lead off a little bit of
of
altitude here,
Mike 2, line up and wait.
so we don't come in so high.
Atlanta Tower, good afternoon, Delta 6.
And I guess we'll do one final full stop landing and then we'll call it a day. So again, a lot of brakes
cleared to land.
and speed
Right,
brake.
clear to land, Delta 6.
And
6 Tango Juliet.
Number 11, traffic is holding in position at Sierra, cross runway 9 left, joined Mike, contact ground point 7.
no autopilot this time.
11.
We don't need no autopilot.
Bravo, down to the south side of your Bravo for a little station work at low level.
Helicopter 206 Tango Juliet Squad 0101 and ident. LNSO Center 3015.
Alright, we'll level out maybe.
0101,
Level out at what,
traffic,
3,500, something like that. Put in some more power.
Tango Juliet radar
And
contact about 8 miles northwest of the Atlanta
nose
Airport.
coming
Altitude indicates 1,900. Explosion to class Bravo
Hope they
airspace
didn't
as
need to
requested.
retrim it.
Just verify you're going
Alright.
southbound.
I am going due south
and
from my
then
current location, and I'll just be on the
we'll hold that
south
up. We'll
side of your
do
Bravo
same thing we
workstation
did
for a few
last time.
minutes, and
We'll
request
just
north, exactly back up to Fulton County.
How far starts from your
start
current
bringing
position
in
are
some
you
flaps to slow it down.
Question one more time, please.
How far south of your current position are you traveling? 6 Tango Juliet.
But we'll just do it manually this
I would
time.
call this 10 miles. It's going to be on the exact other side of the Bravo surface.
Okay, thank you.
I left it here, American 2040.
The 819, contact departure today.
538 is Bernie 9 right.
Delta 538 Atlanta Tower, 1160 at 10, runway 9 right, cleared to land.
The equivalent 9 right, Delta 538.
Alright, let's make that turn then. And I'm going to let us drop that altitude
Helicopter
that we
206 Tango Juliet. Contact power now 119.3.
19.3.
unintentionally
Tango Juliet Squad 0101 and ident.
reacquired.
LNSO Center 3015.
0101 on the flash. They stay on Juliet.
There we go.
Tango Juliet radar contact about 8 miles northwest of the Atlanta Airport. Altitude indicates 1,900. Explosion to class Bravo airspace.
Tighten up this turn.
Just verify you're going southbound.
I am going due south from my current location, and I'll just be on the south side of your Bravo workstation for a few minutes, and then request north exactly back up to Fulton County.
How far south from your current position are you traveling?
Question one more time, please.
How far south of your current position are you traveling? 6 Tango Juliet.
I would call this 10 miles. It's going to be on the exact other side of the Bravo.
Alright, there's the
surface.
airport, I think. So,
I left it here, American 2040.
The 819, contact departure today.
oh,
538 is Bernie 9 right.
I don't want to land on that
Atlanta Tower, 1160
new runway, so
at 10, runway 9
we'll go
right,
back,
cleared
we'll
to
try
land.
back towards the center now.
Helicopter 206 Tango Juliet. Contact power now 119.3.
19.3.
Gear down, flaps 15.
240, pass behind JetBlue, Sierra cross another left, and call ground point 75, just join Mike.
Alright, we're going into ramp 5.
Yep, join Mike, cross on the left at Sierra, ground point 75, there's traffic moving out, so I'm not sure where he's going to put you.
Cross
fighter jet again.
Join Mike. You want to go left? West 6116 south of
61, Southwest 6116. At Dixie Cross on 8 right, going to Foxtrot, contact on point 9.
At Dixie cross 8 right, Foxtrot point 9, southwest 6116. Looking for that traffic. I see that traffic, 16 and Juliet.
Number 16 and Juliet, maintain visual separation from the 757, caution wake turbulence.
I will maintain visual separation, avoiding wake turbulence, 16 and Juliet.
Delta 657, turn left on November, hold short on 9 left at Sierra.
Left November, sure, and short of 9 or left at Sierra, Delta 657.
American 2312, line up tower, 9 or left at Mike 2, line up and wait, traffic downfield.
9 left at Mike 2, line up and wait, American 2312.
Push 53, forward contact departure. 53, 54, contact departure, 125.7.
125.7, Booster 53, 54, have a good day.
Good day, Delta 657, without delay please, Sierra cross 9 or left, join Mike, ground point 75, traffic, holding in position.
All right, last landing, folks. Let's make it a decent
Sierra,
one.
Mike, and switching ground, Delta 657.
Outer marker. More power.
38, turn left on November, hold short of runway 9 or left at Sierra.
Another landing on 9 or left.
Change that. Ramp 8, right on November, hold short of runway 9 or left at Kilo for Delta 538.
November, hold short 9 left at Kilo over Delta 538. Delta 571, Bernie.
Delta 571, line up tower, wind 16011, runway 9 or right. Clear to land, traffic comfort left, VFR helicopter, low level has you in sight, maintain a visual separation.
Delta 571, clear to land 9 right.
American 2312, all nav to light up, runway 9 or left, step Mike 2, go for takeoff.
9 left, Mike 2, Mike 2.
Come right over the employee parking lot, I think. We've stayed on glide this time. That's a change of pace. Letting out some power now. It just seems so high.
Clear to land 8 left, Delta 73.
Now we're gonna. Okay. Yeah. We're still on.
Minimums.
Well, it's turned out pretty well. All right. Let's flare. Make it good.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Weight check.
Wind 170 at 11.
Spoilers up. And of course, here comes another aircraft in the opposite
Delta 538
direction.
cross, runway 9er left, taxi to the left.
I was just about to comment on the absence of such an aircraft. But,
American 2312, you can contact departure on
that did not look
125.7.
pretty there with that fighter jet.
25.7.
Wow.
Good day. American 25.
Okay, we're gonna just almost come to a full stop here, and vacate this runway.
Tower, Devon 4978, visual.
Devon 4978, Atlanta Tower, runway 9er right, wind 170 at 9er, clear line.
And we're back where we were before, right between the E and the F gates. So
Ground Delta 2004.
let's
on
bring
Fox,
it to a
going
stop.
To ramp 2.
So 2004 ground, Fox
I'm
at the
not
2.
even going to bother with the APU, actually.
Ramp 2, Delta 2004.
Let's Let's clean up the aircraft with respect to the flaps. Auto brakes off. And let's take this to, I don't know, the E-gates, I guess. Or should we do F? Let's do F. Let's go to the new terminal.
Mike for ramp 1.
Be kind of a new experience here. Ramp 8. Alright.
Mike, move it to the ramp, Delta 841.
Delta 841, just Mike to the ramp.
Ah, Mike to the ramp. We'll do that, Delta 841.
Let's park at the first gate we see. Ooh. Alright.
1109, go ahead.
Foxtrot 4.
Correct, runway 8 right. As of right now, it's 1
Everything else looking good.
Right now it's 1 in Q.
Everything else is looking good.
Who's that? That's the guy that always beats ping pong. Oh, you sound like a rookie out there. I know, don't you?
Alright, that's about right. Parking brakes on. Engines off, and this time seatbelts off. And we don't need any electrical. Fuel pumps are off. Bleeds off. We can connect ground power, I guess. Turn off all the collision lights. Actually, disconnect power, and we would turn standby power to off, but it won't let us do that. And now battery switches off. And that's it. Cold and dark. And here comes an Air New Zealand 777. Doing a pretty good job of parking. He may be cheating using then as external view, but he's gonna stop right on the mark, just about the same place I did. Made us look good. Nothing else super significant happening at the moment. We have a Southwest 737 lined up and ready to depart 27 right, and he's not doing that right now because he's waiting for this Delta 737 to vacate, and then it looks like we have a go-around occurring. A Southwest, or no, that would be a KLM 737. Assuming it's a go-around based on the position of the plane. And then you would think the Southwest would be at liberty to move now, but he's not moving. And I'm not sure why. And then we have this aircraft, looks like he's going to cut across the grass, or maybe he's having some difficulties there in trying to turn it around. Wow. What a low pass from a fighter jet. And is that a helicopter coming in for a landing, or is that a, or maybe not coming in for a landing, but oh, it is a helicopter and it's doing something. And we have another 777 here. I'm not sure where he thinks he's going. I guess he thinks he's going to park next to us big boys. Oh, well, a spot just opened up for him, as luck would have it. And looks like he is going to try and park somewhere in Foxtrot 8 or up. So one of those even-numbered Foxtrot gates. And the Southwest still hasn't moved. But we have looks like a fighter jet coming down in between the concourses. And I'm guessing this 737 here is going to park somewhere in our vicinity as well. Triple seven, stop moving. Maybe he's just gonna park there. The fighter jet. Looks like he sort of bounced on that elastic runway surface, and then we have a 737 coming in here. Not doing the straightest parking job, but he's correcting. Let's see if he ends up. Oh wow, look at that. Two 737s and a 777 parking at F. And he kind of overshot a little bit, and he's about to, well, a little bit nosy there. Getting all up in the Concourse F business. All right. Decent job. Just when I get ready to leave is when all the action happens. And that Southwest 737, I think he's dead. All right, well, I think that's going to be all for today. I hope that you enjoyed this as much as I did, having the official designated fly-in at my favorite airport and what has been, for me, a hometown airport in the past. It was certainly a pleasure. Until next time, Captain Marsh W13, over and out. Goodbye.